All right, and we are back at it. Our first professional bout of the evening. Chip Avinger, 0-1 in his professional MMA career, fighting out of Trials MMA in Fort Collins, 36 years old. His opponent, Shawn Johnson, out of Scottsbluff, Paxuco Combat Club, 26 years old. It's the Scottsbluff, Nebraska man. So we've gone through the amateur bouts here tonight. We've had some exciting ones, and we're ready for the professionals. Tell us the difference in fighting when you go from amateur to pro. There's a big step up. Tell us about it, Matt.
Yeah, sure. I mean, typically you're going to see guys coming into their pro career. They've kind of went through the trials and errors that the amateur game can bring you. You know, the learning curve has presented itself. You know, I'm a big believer in you always either you win a fight or you learn. You don't win or lose. However, an amateur career, as long as you're fighting tough guys, you know, you have the ability to kind of learn from your lessons so it doesn't affect you in your professional career.
All right, here's Prophet Harmon with the official fighter introductions.
These fights are being streamed live from our partners, Flow Combat. Fighting out of the Lavander's Body Shop, blue corner, with the record of 0-1, standing 5'11", weighing in 170 pounds. From Fort Collins, Colorado, fighting out of Trials MMA, Chip Smash Avinger. Fighting out of the Shaving Sanitation red corner with the record of 2-0, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 168 pounds. Fighting out of Paxuco, Scottsbluff, Nebraska, Shawn the Black Stallion Johnson.
All right, and there we go. Fighter introductions with our ring announcer, Prophet Harmon, and our first professional bout of the evening set to go. Chip Avinger out of Fort Collins, Colorado, in the black trunks with the American flag on the leg. His opponent, Shawn Johnson, fighting out of Scottsbluff, Nebraska, Paxuco Combat Club.
And this team, Trials MMA, has already been on kind of a pretty successful run here this evening on the amateur side. Let's see if they can go ahead and carry that over on the professional side and maybe see Chip pick up his first professional win here tonight.
And there you see Avinger go in for the takedown and gets it, but Shawn Johnson, there we go. And he's in the full guard of Johnson, is Chip Avinger on the top. Let's see if he's able to posture up, maybe get some ground and pound in, huh, Matt?
Yeah, well, right now, again, he's making a mistake I see a lot of guys make earlier in their career. He's grabbing behind the head. Now he's trying to clear his own head so that he can either work past the guard or he can go into some, you know, Tito Ortiz style ground and pound from right inside the guard there.
And boy, Tito Ortiz was one of the best ever at the ground and pound. No doubt, a name I haven't heard referenced for a long time. Good stuff. Chip Avinger in the black trunks with the American flag. His opponent, Shawn Johnson, in the black trunks with the green trim. Avinger still in the full guard of Johnson. And kind of a battle here for position, huh, Matt?
Well, Johnson's doing a good job of, like, offsetting his hips and moving his upper body around so that he's not flat like a target, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast.
Right.
You know, when you're on the bottom, you have to actively be seeking to submit or get up.
And the referee taking a close look as these fighters kind of in a stalemate. Avinger maybe postured up, landed one good punch from this position, but so far Johnson doing a great job of being defensive.
Sweep possibly
there you go.
And Avinger's looking to pass the guard. He's got his back now. He doesn't have his hooks, and Johnson does a great job of spinning back in.
Great defensive move by Johnson there. You mentioned Avinger looked like he was going to try to take the back, but Johnson alertly turning out of that position. And now we see Avinger going in for another double leg takedown, the same way he started the fight.
Johnson's doing a good job here of controlling the upper body of Avinger, so he's making it difficult for Avinger to get low enough to finish that double leg. Great knee on the break there by Avinger.
Under 3 minutes to go, round number one here in this professional bout between Chip Avinger out of Trials MMA in Fort Collins and Shawn Johnson out of Paxuco Combat Club in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. And again, so far, no fighter really causing any significant damage to the other here. But the first time we see him kind of open up with the punches here. Let's see if they get going.
I'd look for Johnson to go.
Oh,
big right hand brings an early end of the evening.
My goodness.
For Avinger.
And a little celebration dance by Shawn Johnson. All it took was one right. Oh, was it an overhand or a hook, man?
It was a straight right cross, I believe. Right. And Johnson was able to go ahead and keep his perfect professional record intact by ending the night of Chip Avinger with a violent finish here this evening.
As you see, Ryan Schultz and the ringside physician come to the assistance of the down fighter Chip Avinger, but boy, we'll wait for Nate to bring up a replay, and here it is. Matt, break it down.
Here you see they're right at this mid-range, and based off of the kicks, Johnson was able to see that he had that right hand available to him. I was just getting ready to say we'd be looking at Johnson looking for another head kick possibly on that break, but he ended up finishing him with a clean right hand.
He did. He found the mark for a straight right hand into the temple, it looked like, of Avinger, and dropped him. Here's the official decision from Prophet Harmon.
2 minutes and 33 seconds in the first round. Winner by KO, Shawn the Black Stallion Johnson.
And there you have it, the victory at 2 minutes 33 seconds of round number one. A knockout victory for Shawn Johnson. He improves to 3-0, remains undefeated